Each of us are born with needs that we can't yet meet ourselves. Some of us are lucky enough to have those needs met well enough and often enough so that we learn to trust our outside world to support us when it's appropriate. For some of us, our need for validation as a human being has always been met on an irregular basis with no pattern, so we have no idea what to expect next. This particular interaction style can be the toughest because we experience the initial joy of validation so that when that need goes unmet, we know exactly what we are missing. We are also void of a single moment when we can be assured we will not face the exact grief in the near future. This sometimes leads to relying so much on our outside world for validation that we sacrifice core parts of who we are in exchange for temporary acceptance and relational connection. Is there any way to break this pattern and to know who we are apart from others, or to be able to rely on a steady source of validation without sacrificing our core values? I'm Dana Hicks, a licensed clinical mental health counselor, and I have a daily practice to share for strengthening self-worth and trustworthy validation. The first part of this 4-part practice is imagining a boundary between you and everything else. So, if you were in the middle of a circle, and that circle was your boundary between you, your true self, and everything else that is not your true self, what would that boundary be made out of? It could be plastic, wood, steel, cement. You get to decide how firm that boundary is between you and everything else. How far away would it be from you? Would it be a football field away? 1 inch? 6 feet? You get to decide. Would it be as tall as a mile? As short as just knee length? Or somewhere in between? You get to decide that too. So once you have a strong image of those answers, ask yourself, what would I like to surround myself with that would be most supportive to me in this space? That could be textures, smells, images, people, or the spirits of people. You get to decide that as well. Once you have a clear picture of what is in your boundary and what your boundary looks like, then just stay there. Think about the sights you would see, the smells you would smell there, the sounds you would hear there, the textures you would feel there. Just be right there for as long as you want, just letting everything else just drift away. Part 2 of this 4-part practice is doing a body scan. So once you are comfortable within this boundary that you have constructed for yourself, check in with all your body parts, starting with your head and working all the way down to your toes. Notice the sensations that stand out to you and ask them what they are trying to tell you. Soak in all the comfort and then ask the less comfortable sensations what they might need from you. Even if it is just self-compassion. compassion. Once you notice all the needs and all the possible actions you could do to meet those needs, commit to following through with at least one of those actions. Part 3 of this 4-part practice is noticing the relief. So after you have followed through with that action, just pause and notice any shift in your body. Pay particular attention to any relief or increase in comfort, and soak in the nurturance of that sensation. And bask in the mastery of having met a need of your own, no matter how small. Part 4 of this 4-part practice is making it a habit. So, commit to doing this weekly or daily. That means making an appointment with yourself once a week or once a day to do this practice. And notice over time any themes of emotions, thoughts, or sensations. Also, take the time to bask in the fact that this is the one place where you have 100% control over the consistency of nurturance for you. Take the time to appreciate the nurturance, relaxing into the one place you can consistently both genuinely contribute and receive what is truly needed. In conclusion, no matter how we've been treated in the past or how it's affected our self-worth, we always have a choice to start noticing and meeting our own needs as best we can, leaving us free to interact with others as our truest selves. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below with no strings attached.